Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Nur Farhani Smiti Khairi from CFAP 126 from class 6A. And very good day to my lecturer Sir Izzat Fahmi. Now I will start my individual presentation in topic approximate estimating in construction. So, what exactly is approximate estimating? Simply put, it is a method used in construction to provide a rough cost prediction when detailed specifications aren't available yet. It plays a crucial role in the industry because it helps stakeholders manage financial expectations early on. At the start of a project, the primary purpose is to assess feasibility to ensure that the proposed budget is realistic before moving into the more detailed design and planning process. In the next part, we will dive into the specific method used to carry out in these estimates. Now that we know why approximate estimating is vital, let's look at the four common methods used to calculate those preliminary costs in construction. First, we have the unit method. This is great for repetitive projects like schools or hospitals. It simply takes the number of functional units, like the number of beds or seats, and multiply it by a fixed cost per unit. It's fast, but remember, it's quite general calculation. Okay, for the work example, for a hospital with 150 beds and a unit rate of 3,000 ringgit per bed, the cost is 150 beds multiplied it with 35,000 ringgit, and the total is 5,255 ringgit. Next is the floor area method. This is the industry standard. By calculate the total usable floor area and multiply it by a cost rate per square meter. It is very versatile for both residential and commercial building, though it does not account for specific design capacities. For the work example, if a residential property has a usable floor area of 1,150 meters square at a rate of Rm 1,500 per meter square, the estimate cost is 1,150 meters square multiplied with Rm 1,150. The total is 1,725,000 ringgit. There's the cubic method. This one is a bit more detailed because it looks at the total volume of the building length, width, and height. It is particularly useful for multi-storage projects where the height significantly impact the overall cost. However, it can be more complex to measure accurately. Okay, for the work example, for a two-story bungalow with an total building volume of 1,600 meter cube and a rate of Rm 450 ringgit per meter cube, the estimate cost is 1,600 meter cube multiplied with Rm 450 ringgit. The total is 720,000 ringgit. Finally, story enclosure method. This calculates the cost based on the total vertical surface area of all floors, including walls and partitions. It's a very handy tool for multi-story office blocks or apartments to it does lack details regarding internal finishes. Okay, for the work example, given a building with a total vertical enclosure area of 2,010 meters square and a rate of 400 ringgit per meter square, the estimate cost is 2,010 meters square multiplied with 400 ringgit. So the total is 804,000 ringgit. Next part, I'll be breaking down the specific advantages and disadvantages of each of these methods to help which one works best for the projects. Now let's look at the pros and cons of each method. Okay, for the unit method is great because it offers rapid estimation and is ideal for repetitive projects, making it very stakeholder friendly, but however, it has low accuracy, ignores external costs, and often relies on outdated data. Next, the floor area method is the industry standard for comparison and is efficient for initial planning because of its versatile application. The downside is that it ignores material quality, excludes external infrastructure, and carries a high risk of rate error. Then we have the cubic method. It's precise for large structure, while for height rise and maintains design consistency. On the flip side, it involves complex measurement, excludes infrastructure costs, and is inaccurate for luxury finishes. Finally, the storey enclosure method is perfect for rapid multi-story assessment and simple calculation, making it ideal for office or apartment blocks. Just keep in mind that it lacks internal detail, omits foundation and service costs, and is strictly rate dependent. For this assignment, I use floor area method because it is a versatile method that works well for a wide range of buildings, making it ideal for commercial projects like a two-story shop office. Also, it strikes the best balance between simple calculation and providing a reliable baseline figure for an area budget. That's all for the background of these four methods. In the next part, I will move on to the actual calculation process. Now, let's walk through the calculation by using floor area method. Okay, by referring to Appendix 2, which is ground floor plan, we can take the length and the width. As you can see, I have highlighted all the measure for the length and the width it gives by itself from the drawing. The formula of floor area method is straightforward, which is approximate cost equals total floor area multiplied by the rate per unit area. To find the floor area, we'll multiply the length by the width. In this case, we must calculate the floor area by adding 8,200 meter plus 6,096 meter plus 6,096 meter plus 6,096 meter and multiply the total with 21,873 meter. Okay, the total is 579.37 square meters. With a rate per unit area of 1,900 ringgit, we multiply 579.37 square meters by 1,900 ringgit, which equals 1,100,803 ringgit. Since this is a two-story building, we multiply 1,100,803 ringgit by 2. This gives us a final approximate cost of 2,201,606 ringgit. So now let's consider the reliability of this estimate, especially for this project which is two-story shop office in Kuala Besut, Terengganu. While the methods we use discussed provide a helpful starting point, they are essentially rough guides. Their accuracy is heavily influenced by several real-world factors. First, location is critical. Building in Kuala Besut, Terengganu will have different logistical costs compared to major urban hubs like Kuala Lumpur due to transport and the local supply chain. Second, we must count for inflation and market volatility, which can cause the price of materials and labor to fluctuate significantly between the early design stage and actual construction. Additionally, unforeseen site conditions or specific material quality choices and can push costs beyond our initial calculation. Because of these variables, it is vital to treat these figures as an initial feasibility tool rather than a final budget. As your design becomes more detailed, the accuracy of your estimate will naturally improve. To conclude, approximate estimating is a critical process for determining project feasibility and establishing initial budgets before detailed design are ready. While methods like unit, floor area, cubic, and story enclosure streamline early decision making and stakeholder communication, they are inherently generalized. Ultimately, the accuracy of these estimates depends heavily on the quality of historical data and current market conditions, and they often exclude specific project elements like external works or complex finishes. For recommendation to get the best possible results, here are three quick recommendations you should know. Cross-verify methods. Use more than one method to estimate the same project to identify significant discrepancies that may signal an error in calculation or assumption. For example, try comparing a floor area estimate with a cubic estimate. And other than that, adjust for market volatility, which is continuously update your cost data to reflect current market fluctuations in labor and material prices, as reliance on outdated rates is primary source of inaccuracy. Lastly, factor in quality standard, which is adjust your base rates upward if the project requires high-end finishes or specialized architectural features, as generalized rates often assume standard specification. Thank you. That's all from me.